So I found this beautiful park here in the Shadow Hills of California. I'm gonna try to blow my shofar here, see how it echoes. I just did it before I started recording and it seemed to echo pretty good. Oh yeah. Wow. Oh. This is my Sabbath hike. I do every Shabbat. If you're new to my channel. Last Shabbat I was on the rim of the continent, overlooking the Pacific Ocean. Today, my Airbnb is in Shadow Hills, California. Reminds me of Psalm 91, where it says, Yah will hide me in the shadow of his wings. Yes, I know people say I shouldn't give away my location. Folks, if the CIA was going to murder me, I think they'd do it by now. When I first exposed Rachel and Keith Krause and Craig Sawyer, Stony Stone kept warning me, Daniel, the CIA is going to murder you for what you've done. I said, okay. Never happened. I know we're supposed to walk wise as serpents and harmless as doves. I don't discount that. But, folks, we can't live our lives in fear. We live our lives in love. Besides, I grab a hold of that Philadelphian promise, which everyone can do. It says in Luke 21:35 that the Messiah, Yahshua, Jesus, commands all believers to pray that you escape all these things that are going to come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. So we should all be praying and trying to grab a hold of the Philadelphian promise located in Revelation 3. Hallelujah. It's just beautiful out here. So my media master, Kathy, wished me a Shabbat Shalom and wanted me to teach on the commandments, in particular, the Sabbath commandment. If you look at the three major religions, Islam, they, of course, don't keep Shabbat. They follow that pedophile Muhammad, and they venerate Friday. So they moved it to the day before. And if you look at modern-day Christianity, they have moved the Sabbath day from Saturday, the seventh day week, to the first day of the week, and they don't even keep Sunday as a Sabbath. They usually go to church for a couple hours and then go out to eat at a restaurant and buy and sell or mow their lawn or whatnot. And they moved it from the seventh day Shabbat to Sunday because of the Council of Nicaea in 325 CE, where that wicked Constantine did it. And then the Roman Catholic Church and the Eastern Orthodox Church carried it forward. And then the Protestant churches carried it forward. But the Shabbat is today. It's the seventh day of the week. And modern day Judaism, they're so lost in their Talmud, they make all these extra restrictions and rules that aren't even found in Shabbat, that they make Shabbat a burden. So all the three major religions are not doing this commandment like it should. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. No buying, no selling, as we read about in the last chapter of Nehemiah. Don't make anyone work. It's a time to spend extra time with Yah in his scriptures and his word, to gather with other believers. It's a feast day, and we're commanded to have a holy convocation on this day. You're not supposed to spend it alone. That's why I have the Friday night prayer meetings, where you gather together with other believers. So you should seek out fellowship, whether it's a home fellowship or a congregation. There's a great one in Macon, Georgia, pastored by Rabbi Greg Hirschberg, who's a Messianic Jew. Rabbi with a lowercase r, because the rabbi is Yahshua. And yes, when Yahshua said, call no man rabbi, what he meant was, just like you don't call any man father, doesn't mean you can't call your dad daddy. What it means is that the rabbi, capital R, Rabbi Yahshua, he is the ultimate teacher. He's the one that we compare all teachings to him, like the Bereans did. Or when Paul taught, the Bereans carefully compared what Paul taught to the scriptures to see if it be so. And they were called noble for that. Hallelujah. But Sabbath is a blessing. We set it aside to gather with saints, to read his word, to spend time worshiping and praising him, because the other 6 days we're working. And yeah, the other 6 days we are to have times with him, prayer time, but this is the whole day from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. And it's a nice day to go out on a hike and enjoy nature, maybe take a nap, relax, rest, feast. It's a blessing. And I tell you, when you keep this day out of a love for Jesus, out of a love for Yahshua, it so blesses you so much. And your productivity from Sunday through Friday is increased exponentially because of you taking this day, this seventh day. And it doesn't say to do it on the third day or the first day or the fifth day. You don't get to pick which way. Yah said he sanctified the seventh day. How do we know that Saturday is Shabbat, from Friday night to Saturday night? Well, the Jews have preserved the seventh day of the week for thousands of years. In fact, Yahshua, he kept this Sabbath day. It's noted. It's noted in the early writings of the first century, that the Jews kept what the pagans referred to as the day of Saturn, but it's not the day of Saturn. It's Shabbat, from Friday night to Saturday night. And in fact, if you go to a lot of the major cultures, such as in Spanish, the word for Saturday is literally Sabado, which means Shabbat or Sabbath. That's the seventh day of the week. Yah's commandments are very easy to keep. He makes it very clear. That's why he says, unless you become like a little child, you can in no wise enter into his kingdom. Here's a beautiful little vineyard named after Governor de Mujican, or Duke Mijan of California. I don't know who he is. A little vineyard here. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let's continue with the Sabbath hike. Psalm 92 is a great psalm to read. It is specifically written for the Sabbath day. And I often will read it on the Shabbat. I pointed to it last night when my voice was out. It's just a beautiful little area. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat. Shalom. Yeah, here's the city of Glendale, Governor Duke Mijan Wilderness Park. So this must have been a, I don't know, home of his, but it's like a little vineyard here. It's beautiful. But it's a completely free park. Hallelujah. That's the other thing. You got to find parks that don't charge you money on Shabbat. And they're out there. You just got to find them. Actually, it's kind of cool the way Yah led me to this one. I typed in to Google most beautiful parks near Shadow Hills, California, and this one came up as number 7. And I thought, 7. Well, that's 7 for Shabbat. So I went to this one. And it's beautiful. Hallelujah. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat. Shalom. Definitely different from Alaska, but Southern California has a beauty of its own. Hallelujah. And now the fence is blocking the view. Let's see if we can get higher here. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shabbat. Shabbat Shabbat. Shalom. Now here's where the trail begins. Okay. Ooh. That might be a little beyond a Sabbath day's walk. It looks beautiful. It winds up into the hills there. Hallelujah. Let's blow the shofar again. Let's see how it echoes. Oh wow, it echoes. Wow, there's a strong echo. Oh, hallelujah. Well, this is beautiful. on this Sabbath morning. Hallelujah. El Shabbat Shalom, guys. May the Messiah of Israel, Yahshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Messiah, bless you on this beautiful Sabbath day. Shabbat Shalom.